So we just got this thing in the shop, and we're looking at the tires, and Steven says to me, "Hey man, what are you doing with those tires?" And I said, "I don't know. Just putting them on the ground. Got no reason for it." So next thing I know, he's saying they're like a year old, and the tread wear is 800. So now Steven's taking all the tires, and now I'm tireless. What was the tread count on those tires?
820. They're very nice Michelin Defenders.
So now you have new tires?
I guess so.
So now we get to build this car. We're gonna save the windshield washer fluid because I'm cheap and winter's coming up. And guys, this is a 2001, so we're gonna strip it right down, and we're gonna build a standalone. We're gonna change out the spindles. So we can run 14s instead of these 15s. We're gonna get rid of all the brakes on the back. Put a good cage in this thing. This thing's gonna be a good car, guys. So we're gonna get building this, and we'll do minor check-ins here and there. So we have this thing in here. We're taking this thing all apart because this is kind of terrifying me. You guys see this strut? This looks like factory 2001 struts. These things here are pretty rusty. The ball joints all look original. So I don't want to go in the ring with 20-year-old struts. So we're going to pull these out, and we're going to take some new struts out of boxes, put into here. We're going to install our CNC Indy struts here in the back, just the risers. We're going to probably take out these struts and put the lift struts right in the back to get this thing a little bit taller. We've cut out most of the wiring up here. This thing is coming along pretty good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out these struts. We're going to put different struts into it and put it all back together. And what we're going to do is Annie sees every single bolt because these things did not want to come out. You guys know how I like these things to come apart inside the ring. And we're going to install smaller brakes so that we can get rid of the 15-inch tires and install our 14-inch tires. So let's get going on this. So we got the 14-inch brakes swapped over. We got our Mazda B2200 rims put on the front. The old V6, sorry, 2001 spindles are sitting, the brakes are sitting there. So now we're going to turn our attention to the back end. We're going to pull these struts out, and we're going to put in our NG Customs, no, Indy CNC strut risers. So we're going to put those into the back of this thing just to give it some extra height, because Beeton is actually a pretty soft track, and I'd like to get a little bit extra height out of the back of it. So now we're going to start taking all this apart and getting ready to do this. I was out here yesterday and I did quite a bit of work to this. I didn't have enough time to film, but I did have enough time to do a little bit of work. What we did yesterday is we put the rear struts in with the CNC Indy lift spacers on them. We got the gas tank in. We only got the back bolts. I'm going to need help for the front ones. We got the cage in. Guys, this cage goes in like 10 minutes. So yeah, what we did is we got the struts in. We got them on there. We got them in. So these are the lift ones. So these have that little 1-inch lift on it so we can get the extra height out of the back. Still a lot left to do to this car here though today. So what my plan is today is to get the trunk done, get the back doors tied shut, and maybe dash out, windshield out, and maybe then we can go to underneath the hood here. My whole plan for this is a 2001 motor, and I don't want to run the 2001 harness. All you guys are telling me, it's fine, just run the 2001 harness, it's fine. I don't think it's fine, guys. I don't think it's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull a lot of parts off a 97 car outside. We're going to put them on this, and then we need to put a new crank sensor on this. Not crank sensor. Crank pulley, because the crank pulley, I believe, is on the roof. Yep, there it is right there. That's right there is the whole reason why I was actually able to buy this car, is because this piece let go on the person driving it. So right now it has no alternator and has no AC. So we will take the AC off, we'll do an AC delete belt, we will pull that crank pulley off, we'll get the power steering belt off, and we'll do all that. We'll put a different harness on, new shifter. That is my goal for today, is to get it about that far. I'd be really happy to have it that far. So I guess we need to start on it, I guess. So let's get going. We're going to start here on the front until I get too bored and then we're going to go do something else. So let's see how far we get on the front here. Well guys, we got a lot done to this today. I'm going to explain that to you in a bit. We have my buddy Johnny over here fixing some impact guns that... I don't know why all these Milwaukee impact guns are just dying so much. They used to be good. They're not so good anymore. But my original one from like 7 years ago is still going strong, but I've just bought 2 rebuilt ones and they're garbage. But not sponsored by Milwaukee. We have the 2001 harness sitting here on the ground. The reason why I don't like running 2001 harnesses is because some of them have security. This one did. And I hate building new harnesses, so I have enough 97 harnesses to throw into these. I also like 97 harnesses because they don't run some of the things that the 2001 does. So we just plugged in what we needed to plug in. We got the new harness ran. We got the exhaust cut off. We got the header put on. We ended up taking this motor mount off so we could replace the crank pulley. So we got a new crank pulley on there. We got the AC delete. We got the Archambault header put on there, guys. I like these headers. They've been holding up really good. I've only had one of them fold over, and that was at Meltdown, I think 2019. We got our doubles put on. I think I had those on before. We got the rear donut tires on there. You guys know what I like to do. Factory 14-inch Toyota Camry rims, Cavalier donuts, and jam them on there. On the inside, we ended up taking out the whole dash. And the reason for that is it's just a lot easier for me. Yeah, we did quite a bit of little stuff inside of here. You can't really tell, but we did. We've been going at it pretty hard today. We got the back end set up. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to get done. I wanted to get the trunk done, and I decided to focus most of my activities on the front end, and it's kind of paid off. With the harness swapped and all this other stuff, the front end is looking pretty good. We did get a shifter in here, but unfortunately the bolt did break off to the transmission. So I'm going to show you guys how to fix that here in the next couple of videos. What we end up doing, I'll just mess that up. Anyway, we'll do that later. I end up welding it to it. Yeah, everything's going pretty good. We're falling a little behind, but I'm only stressing out a bit. This is a power seat, so I think I'm going to take this power seat out and put a non-power seat into it. We still need battery, fuel lines, electrical, fire extinguisher, window bar. This car still isn't ran. We need a bumper. There's still a lot left to do to this thing. But guys, we've got like 2 days left. We can do this. Oh, I'm missing a lot of lug nuts as well. So we're going to have to go outside and steal a whole bunch of lug nuts off some random cars in the backyard. But no, a lot of work is done. Those CNC Indy struts, even with these tiny, tiny tires in the back, this car sits tall. There we go. Like, look at that. That is why I really like these CNC Indy struts. Well, just the strut risers, to be honest, because it gets that back end tall enough so that when I start bellying out, I don't have the problem that wagon's having, which is I start oh my god, I forgot I have to fix that wagon. Alright, that's for another day. I gotta go to work. So this is it. This is pretty much what we've done. There's a lot of things I want to do to this. Am I going to get time? I'm not too sure. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow.